Yeah, so here it is, a little late tonight, and I had a thought that I had to share. Um, I know that nowadays a lot of people they use the idea of having faith as a sort of a generalized understanding that the people with faith aren't that smart. But then I have to point this out. For a long time, the educated people of the world thought that the world was flat and that everything rotated around it. There's no question about it. Until a monk named Copernicus had the idea that everything rotated around the sun. It wasn't until much later that another man named Galileo had some other thoughts about it. But here's the thing. These people were thought of as radicals. I mean, they were thought of as lunatics. Because, if the earth moved, we'd feel it. That was the idea. Or if the sun didn't move, then why did it appear to be so? So, in a way, faith is what has led to the scientific knowledge that we have today. So if somebody were to say to me that because the earth is so many millions of years old, it couldn't have been possibly made in a few days, I would have to point this out. The term day might just be not representative of a 24-hour period in the story of the creation. It might be representative of a period of millions of years. And if you look at it that way, then the story that we see in the Bible kind of begins to make sense. You know, someone pointed out to me, well, actually it was pointed out when I actually read the book Contact, that there was no way the sun could have been made before the earth. But if you take a deeper look at it, all it says is that the earth was without form, which means that the shape wasn't there yet. And then came light. Think about that. Really think about that. How many times do we hear now that the sun came into existence in the center of our solar system before the rest of it formed around? And yet there are plenty of documentaries out now that would point out how the idea of a well-ordered construction of the solar system makes more and more sense than just a random assortment of parts. You know, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I know, for example, that, or for sure that I know God created everything. I'm not going to tell you that. I'm not going to tell you that there's no way to even suggest that there has to be a reason behind it. What I am going to tell you, though, is that if there is a God, if there is a divine creator, then wouldn't it make sense that somebody would have way more knowledge than we would about how worlds are created? And that somebody would have way way better ideas on how to put things together than we would. So in the end, faith isn't so much a handicap as it is a way to keep moving forward, a way to agree that no matter how much we think we might know, there's still more, and there's still way more that we need to see and to understand before we say, okay, that's it, that's all. Anyway, that's all I have for right now. A late night video. Get something coming again soon.